Unit 5, Practice Quiz 2. First 5 problems we're evaluating the logarithmic expressions, and we remember a log is an exponent. And so we think, what exponent do we have to raise 3 to get to 27? Well, that's 3, because 3 cubed is 27. Here, it's not as easy to see, so we're going to let it equal x, and we're going to write an equation. 2 to the x is equal to 1/4, and we realize that both 2 and 1/4 can be written as a power of 2. So 1/4 is 2 to the negative 2, and so therefore the exponents, since the bases are the same, the exponents have to be the same. And if x equals negative 2, then the log base 2 of 1/4, log base 2 of 1/4 has a value of negative 2. Here we see log, log without a base, and that means that the base is 10, so we don't see a base, I should say. So we don't see a 10, but it is a 10. So 10 to what power is 1,000? Well, 10 squared is 100. 10 cubed then would be one more 0 on that, and that would be 1,000. So therefore, the log base 10 of 1,000 is 3. Here we see log base 6 of 6. Well, 6 to the first power is 6 to the first power, so the log base 6 of 6 is 1. Any log of any base of 1 would be 0, because since 4 to the 0 equals 1, the log base 4 of 1 is 0. Oops. So apparently you didn't see that. But there you go. Since the 4 to the 0 power is 1, the log base 4 of 1 is 0. And so just to reiterate, problem 1 is 3. The answer to number 1 is 3. Then we have a negative 2, 3, 1, and 0. So that's the first section. Second section of problems is expressing in either log or exponential form. And so for number 6, expressing in log form, the base is 4 here, so the base is 4 there. Log base 4 of 64 equals 3. That's how we do that. And then over here, we have the base raised to the 4, 3 to the 4th equals 81. That's the relationship between log and exponential form. Expanding logs. Well, expanding logs means that we don't want to have a log of a product, and we don't want to have any logs of any numbers to an exponent either. But the first thing we want to do is notice that we have the log of a product. So to expand that, we use the properties of logs. Remember, products and when you have the product, you have addition as well. So just like exponential properties, log of a product is the sum of the logs. So we have log base 4 of 5 plus the log base 4 of the square root of x. We're not done yet, because the square root of x can be written in exponential form as x to the 1/2, and then again we have that other property of logs that says if we take the log of a number to a power, we get to move that power out front. So we bring that 1/2, which is the power, out front. It's the power rule, and we have this. Finally, we have this expression, which is the simplified version of expanding the log. You can't expand it anymore, so we leave it alone. Well, in number 9, we're also going to expand the log. So well, let's move it over here. We notice that we have log base 5 of something to a power. Well, that power, we're going to bring that out front, just like we just talked about. That's the power rule. So anytime we have the argument raised to a power, we bring that power out front. So we have the log, 2 times the log base 5 of a quotient. Well, that log base 5 of a quotient means that we're going to need to use subtraction. So the log of a quotient is the difference of the logs. So we still have 2 times this entire expression, log of 5 over x. So we need to make sure we put parentheses, 2 times even when we expand it out. Log base 5 of 5 minus log base 5 of x. So again, that's important to keep that 2 on the outside there, because it's being multiplied by this entire log expression. Well, one thing you might notice is that log base 5 of 5, well, that's just 1, because log, as long as the base and the argument are the same, it's 1, because 5 to the first power equals 5. Remember, the log is an exponent. It's the exponent that you have to raise the base to get to the argument. So we can simplify that by writing 1 minus, and then we can't simplify the log base 5 of x at all, so we're going to leave that alone. And we might as well put a nice red box around it. And I'll pick up in the next video.